That's now a person who now understands.
By the way, you know, she has a good point. Where have you been? Because a lot of tweets are coming in saying, I love Dr. Ari's message. Mogo John Davis saying, Dr. Aukot is making a lot of sense. Lakini hii Kenya.
Freddie Okangana said, I will vote Aukot any day.
Yes.
By the way, Aukot's handle is at Aukot. Aukot.
Yes. So the question is, where have you been? Where have you been?
Jeff, I've done quite a lot. I mean, I think I've been around. You probably recall since 2007 or 2006 when I came back to this country. No, I came 2005 actually. 2006 I worked at Kituo cha Sheria as the chief legal officer, CEO, representing the indigent people, just basically poor Kenyans who cannot afford legal services. After that, of course, you know that the constitution making process project came 2009 to 2010. I was very instrumental in that constitution making process. Then government of South Sudan called in looking for a senior legal advisor on policy and planning to transform then government of Sudan before independence. Then shortly thereafter, I went to the Republic of Liberia as the chief technical advisor on the constitution review process. And then Mountain Kingdom of Lesotho. And then I decided to come back early last year home to begin to advance this idea of third way alliance. And by the way, I'm not so new into this idea of leadership. In 2011, you will recall that we actually formed an organization called G47, the Group of 47. And the idea then was to try and bring the face of Kenyans to all the 47 countries. So I wasn't really interested myself in seeking an elected post. I was trying to encourage us to have a conversation about how do we organize Kenya around Kenyans, as opposed to Kenyans around tribes and a few individuals.
Okay, you mentioned Liberia, you mentioned Swaziland. Macadero is saying, someone tell Dr. Ari, you can't just show up, Lesotho, yeah, sorry. You can't just show up to Kenyans during elections and expect to be elected.
But first of all, that's not very true entirely, that I just showed up. As a matter of fact, and people must give me credit for this, I was the first person to actually declare my intent about 1.5 years ago to run for the presidency. And actually I did it in this very, in this royal media station.
Is that right?
Ask Hussein Mohammed. And we have been the only party that has consistently put an agenda on the table. Up until the others just started adopting some of our language the other day. I mean, you can see these days they're not even talking much of corruption. They're actually talking about theft of public funds. But the truth will also be told. If really the media had given us equal opportunity like they are according to these other fellows, you know, Kenyans will know us by now. If the media could stop this idea of a two-horse race and looked at the issues, looked at Aukot, looked at Professor Wainaina, looked at Kaluyu, looked at Nyaga and everybody else, I think then we will begin to actually encourage other Kenyans with ideas on how to lead this country.
Okay.